Having looked at the thirds in the key of G and other keys last time, we might as well go on to sixes right now. In G we saw our thirds. We took our G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, ran it along the other strings, so G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B. So then we've got our major third, G to B, minor, A to C, minor, B to D, major, C to E, D to F sharp, minor, E to G, F sharp to A, and G to B is major again. So just like our chords, major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, and the diminished chord is represented only by a minor third when we only do the thirds. We've also spoken a little bit about inverses. You may not know we have, but we were talking about fourths and fifths being inversions of each other. If we're going up 4, we're actually going down 5 and vice versa. Notice the total there is 9. A fourth is the opposite of a fifth, and the total when they're added together is 9. Same thing with thirds. If you invert a third, say G to B, and turn it over so that G is above it, so it's B to G, then you get a sixth. The distance from B to G, B, C, D, E, F, G. 6 notes. We also switch their qualities. G to B is 2 whole steps, a major third. The B to G is 8 semitones, which is 4 whole steps, or a minor sixth. So a major third inverted is a minor sixth. The two of them equal the ninth. The minor third inverted then is a major sixth, so the two are flip-flopping. This is actually kind of important because you'll notice that wherever we had a major third in the scale, the G, the C, and the D would all have major thirds. When you put them above their third, those will be minor sixes. So in those same locations, you get the same number of minor sixes. Because we have 4 minor thirds, we'll have 4 major sixes inverted. If I go up on the top string, I can find my G scale here, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and I want to play the sixes that lead to those notes. So we're going to have them not on the second string, but on the third string. There's a B note right there. So from B to G will be a minor 6. That's the sixth on a B note in the key of G. From B to the G is a minor 6. Inverted, G to the B, G to the B is a major third. So this is the inversion of a major third, the minor 6. I tend to think of sixes almost exclusively as inversions of thirds, but they do warrant being thought about in their own right as harmonies unto themselves. So the B in the key of G has a minor 6, the G note. I do consider that the G chord. You go up to the C note, C is going to be a major chord in the key of G, and it has a major 6, the A. So minor 6s cross 2 strings and go back a fret. Major 6s cross 2 strings and are in the same frets on these strings. I'm at the C note. When I get to the D, that's the 5 chord of G, so it's a major chord. It will also have a major 6. D to B. B inverted, of course, it has a minor third of D because B was a minor chord. When I get to E, I've got a C note with it. So the E, a minor chord in the key of G, has a minor 6, the C. C, the major chord in G, has a major third. So the minor 6 major third inversion is seen there again. F sharp is the diminished chord. It has a minor third and it has a minor 6. That minor 6 is this D note. D's major third is F sharp in inversion. Now I'm at the G. G, of course, is a major chord in the key of G, and it has a major 6, this E. Inverted, E to G is a minor third because E was a minor chord. Now I'm at the A and F sharp note. Let's think of the inversion first. F sharp was the diminished chord with a minor third, so its minor third is this A. That minor third then is a major 6 on the A. So in G, although A is a minor chord, it has a major 6. That's because we have to account for 4 major 6s. They're all going to occur on the inverse of these 4 minor thirds. So in G, G is a major chord inverted, that B has a minor 6. A is a minor chord, so it has a minor third. Inverted, that's a major 6. So we'd have major 6s in the inversions of these 3 minor chords and the diminished chord. So here again, here's B with its minor 6, C with its major 6, C is a 4 chord, it's major, D with its major 6, D is the 5 chord, it's major, E is a minor chord, it has a minor 6, the C, F sharp's diminished, it has a minor 6, the D, G is a major chord with a major 6, and oddly enough, A is a minor chord with a major 6. It represents the Dorian mode, which is the only minor scale in the diatonic modes with a major 6. Then I'm back at B with a G on top. So the rationale for me finding these easily is I think of the G scale here, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. And I don't actually remember on the fly whether notes can have a minor 6 or a major 6. Instead, I relate from this G note and I go, it's going to have a major third. Of the 2 options, that third note is the higher one. So G and its major third, the major third is B, but it's really a minor 6 from B to G. A has a minor third, the C, which is a major 6. B has a minor third, D, which has a major 6, B. C is a major chord with a major third, the E. E to C is a minor 6. D is a major chord, its major third is F sharp. F sharp's minor 6 is D. E is a minor chord with a minor third G. G's major 6 is E. F sharp is the diminished chord with a minor third A. A, although it represents a minor chord in the key, has F sharp, the inversion, the major 6. I'm back to a G chord with its major third underneath it, which is the minor 6 away. So those then are, now I'll name them from the bottom only, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, B, A, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B. You can hear though as I come in there that those are operating as notes in the G scale. So those are your 6s. You can do them on any set of strings. Right now, I have encountered, although I'm not playing this second string, it's been part of the system. I've jumped over it. So that means the relationship of these 2 notes, this angle, has this note raised compared to where it will be in some other cases. If I do a C chord, for instance, in the key of C, this C note's major third is this E. So E to C is a minor 6. So you see the same relationship. C and E here look like C and E here, an octave lower, which is encountering the second string. So in the key of C, you would have this C to E major third or minor 6, E to C. D to F is a minor third on D, major 6 on F, etc. So I can do the same pattern on this second set of strings. Here I'm in C now. However, when I use the 5th and 3rd strings for my 6s, I won't have that same angle anymore because I'm no longer going over top of that second string. So for instance, in A, it would have its major third down here, which makes C sharp to A a minor 6. The B and the D, major 6 this way, minor third this way, now look like what our major looked like before. That gap is widened now because we're on a string that doesn't encounter the second string. Once again, just as we saw when we did the thirds, we would have patterns where one note moves 1 fret, the other moves 2 frets. So we'd have this close one for major, move 1 fret, 2 identical ones for minor, move 1 fret here, 2 identical ones for major, move 1 fret here, 2 identical ones for minor, move 1 fret here, and we're back to major. So we stagger them, repeat, stagger, repeat, stagger, repeat, stagger. Top note only moves a half step, they both move. Bottom note only moves a half step, the third moves up, both move a whole step. top note moves a half step, bottom a whole, etc. We see the same thing with our sixes. Angled, lined up twice, angled twice, lined up twice, angled. Again, one of them is moving one fret. They move 2 frets, one of them moves 2 frets, the top one fret. Both move, bottom one moves a fret, the other moves 2, repeat, and stagger again. That system is going to hold for those 2 sets. When we see them on another set, we're always going to have the same idea. One note moves 1 fret, one moves 2, or they both move 2. But here you would see they're wider to start with. So the bottom notes can move only 1 fret. The top note, the 6th, moves 2. We get a repeat. Then they spread out again. Then they get close again. Then they spread out. So here's A with its major, C sharp on the bottom. B and C sharp would be minor chords with the lower 3s on the bottom. D and E are the 4 and 5 chords, so the 3 is further away on the bottom. Minor chords, and major again. Or again, these are actually technically in 6s, so I got to think. I've got a minor 6 from C sharp to A, major 6s on D and E, minor 6s on F sharps and Gs, major 6 on the A, and a major 6 on the 2 chord, the Dorian chord. And then I'm back to a C sharp to A minor 6, but I'm hearing, obviously, and I'm sure you are too, that this sounds like an A chord in A major. Here's a G scale. This is what you were looking at while I was playing. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G. Whole step, half, whole step, half. G represents a major chord. When I bring its third over here, you notice thirds stack up on the same lines or the same spaces. This is G to B, a major third. C on top of the A is a minor third because A is a minor chord. D on top of the B is a minor third because B is a minor chord in this key. C is major, it has a major third. This F sharp on a D chord is a major third. G on the E chord, minor third. E is the relative minor. F sharp gets an A, and G gets another B. If the G went up an octave, it would be a 6th above the B. For now, I'll just drop the B an octave. So this major third in inversion is a minor 6. So the G chord, the G major, has a minor 6 underneath it, the B, which was its major third above. The B, a minor chord, has a minor 6G above it. If I drop the C under the A to C, A is a minor chord, so it's got a minor third. But when the C drops below, C is a major chord with a major 6A. D dropped beneath the B. D is a major chord, so B is its major 6. B is a minor chord, so D is its minor third. Minor 6, major third. Minor 6, major third, minor third, major 6. Those are inversions. E under the C. C is a major chord, so that's its major third under it. E is a minor chord, so C is the minor 6. F sharp's the diminished chord in this key. D is the major 5th chord, so F sharp is its third. Hopefully I'm saying all my thirds and 6s right. I'm saying so many, I'm probably confusing them. G under the E. G is a major chord. E is its major 6. E is a minor chord, so G is its minor third. Way down here under the F sharp, A is the minor third on the F sharp diminished chord. F sharp is the major 6 on the A. A is the only minor chord with a major 6. It's the 2 chord in G. Here we are on G, the 1. Here's A, the 2. That's something really useful for the future, a minor chord with a major 6. That's going to represent our Dorian chord and come from our Dorian mode, the second mode. And there we have G with its major third. B, when B is under it again, G is the minor 6 of B, or B is a minor 6 below G. Here then is the G scale tabbed on the first string. Last time we saw it tabbed on the low string, same frets because the 2 strings are both E's, they're both the same. So G could be 3, 5, 7, 8, and so on this low string. B was its major third at the 2nd fret on the other string. B is also found on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. The B to G is the minor 6. Notice their stagger. B to G, the minor 6 is a little to its left. When I get to the C note, it's the 5th fret, and the A, its major 6, is also in the 5th fret, so they line up. On this set of strings, minor 6s are to the left, major 6s are lined up. D major has a major 6B, so they line up. Here I'm at the E note, which is a minor chord, so this C is a minor 6 from the E. Here's the F sharp, the D above it is a minor 6. Here we're lined up again. G is at the 12th fret, it's major 6, also at the 12th fret. Here we get the A again. A is a minor chord, which would have a minor 3rd, but it has its own major 6, the F sharp. And then we're back to the B with a minor 6 G, which is a little to its left. Thinking in inverses, this is G and this is B. If this is the one and you're looking for its 3rd under it, notice that 3rd's a little to the right. That's a slightly higher 3rd than this one from A to C, where they're lined up. The minor 3rd, when placed in the octave below, lines up with the root. The major 3rd would be pushed to the right. The major 3rd, when put in the lower octave, is a minor 6 below the root, or this note is a minor 6 above the root on the bottom.